Hey YouTube, it's I Favor Grace. I'm coming to you today with a really quick video. It's going to be a little bit of inspiration and it's going to help you get through disappointing times. The title of this video is going to be Overcoming Disappointment, and hopefully it'll help someone. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right into it. The first thing, I really have 3 points, and the first thing I want to say about overcoming disappointment is to go ahead and own it. What I mean by that is you have to own your situation, you have to own the disappointment, you have to own what happened, and you most importantly have to own how you feel about it. If you don't own the disappointment and the emotions that come along with it, you're going to be a ticking time bomb. You're going to have anger, fear, hurt, despair, just all these feelings built up inside of you if you don't go ahead and own it. It does no good to go ahead and sweep it under the rug and pretend it's not there and pretend it doesn't exist, because it really does. And if you don't own it, it will own you. By that I mean it'll take an emotional toll on you, and you'll soon become someone that you really don't even recognize. You'll feel all these emotions, you don't even know why. You're going off on people, but it's really because you haven't dealt with that internalized hurt. You haven't dealt with those emotions, and they're weighing you down. So when you own it, you admit to it, you acknowledge it, then you can go ahead and move past it. So the first thing to do is to own it, acknowledge it, address it, and then it won't weigh you down. The second thing I want to talk about is realizing that in life, everything that we want to happen and things that we're working towards, we want it done on our time. Like, we're a generation of, I want this right now, I want to do this right now, we want everything right now. But there is a such thing as having to wait for good things. I know you've heard good things come to those who wait. That is so true. And by waiting, I don't mean, oh, just sit down and wait for things to come your way. No, but when you're trying to do something and you're experiencing a disappointment, or it feels like you're having a setback, it's okay. Just realize, okay, maybe not right now. I'm gonna take a moment to reflect, realize where I am, understand what's going on, reaffirm and reassure myself, and then I'm going to maybe go at it again. Don't give up on it, but take the time to listen. Like, if you're a prayerful person, this will be the perfect time to go ahead and really ask for clear answers on what it is that God wants you to do. Because just because it didn't happen today doesn't mean it's not in your future. But then again, it may be something that God does not want for you. So go ahead and pray about it and get some clear instruction on what it is that God wants you to do. And take the time to reflect and realize that just because it didn't happen right now doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. The last point, I think, is maybe the most important point. I want to explain something. I really don't know how to say it, but basically what I'm going to say is don't get too involved. And you may be looking like, what do you mean don't get too involved? But don't get too involved in the situation. You've already been involved enough. You've already done enough. Just realize that it's okay for you to take your hands off of the situation. It's okay for you to sit back and let God be in control. And I know that's one of the hardest things for us to do, is to let God or anyone be in control, because we want to control our lives. We want things to happen. We want to make those things happen. But we have to realize that we're not always the right person to be in control, because frankly speaking, we don't really know as much about life as we think we know. Like, we think we got this figured out. And a lot of us may acknowledge the fact that we don't have it figured out. But we like to make decisions based off what we think is best, and we don't always know what's best. So just realize that it's okay not to clean up the mess. You don't have to get a broom and a dustpan each and every time feeling like you have to sweep it up and fix things. Because sometimes the more you try to fix things, the worse they become. And I know you probably dealt with that. It's like, well, the more I try to do, the less that's really happening. Just realize you don't always have to sweep up the mess. Just let things happen sometimes. Sit back and let God take control of it, because He does not want to see you fail. And the last thing I'm going to say is just realize that with every disappointment that you faced, understand that you're going to be a little bit better on the other side of things. The disappointment you faced last year, the disappointment you faced last month, the disappointment you faced last week, the disappointment you faced yesterday. Each and every one of these things is an opportunity for you to learn. Life is definitely a learning experience. It did not come with instructions, and no, I don't know all the answers. None of us know exactly all the answers. No one will ever know all of the answers, but just take the time to give yourself credit for who you are, what you stand for, what you believe in, and you will be fine. Don't be afraid to move forward. Don't be afraid to go in a different direction, but just realize that this discouragement is kind of like the process of creating a diamond. Once you withstand the heat and once you withstand the pressure, you're going to be bright and shiny, even more beautiful than you ever could have imagined, because you're going to have all these experiences that you've gone through and all these things that have made you a better person. So don't beat yourself up. Give yourself credit. Accept and own your emotions. Take your hands off of it sometimes and just let God be in control. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully it was inspirational for someone. If you liked it, if you want to share it, by all means, please do that. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time with another video. Until then, don't forget to smile. See you next time. Bye.